Hello and welcome back. Now that we've gone through what is on the CRR website, I want to show you how to navigate the backend and how to edit the CRR website, since you'll be doing that quite a bit. So I'm already logged into the website, and I can tell that I'm logged in because I have this black bar at the top of my screen that says content, structure, configuration, etc. Again, to log into the website, if you just go to the URL and type /login, you'll be logged into the website using your UMD credentials, so you might need to authenticate to get in sometimes. But if I scroll over to content, add content, you're going to see all of the different content types that are available on our website. The three that you're going to use most frequently are basic page, job listing, and student story, and I'll be going through all three of those different content types in this video. So the first one, basic page, if I click on here, pretty much everything on the CRR website is made up of a basic page that has either been linked to something else. So you'll see here, you'll add the title of your page. And right here, this section is called the hero, which is basically the header of the page. So you can add a title, an image. If you wanted to add any buttons to the header of the page, you can do that here. Next, you'll see the introduction section. So if you wanted to introduce anything on the page, you could do that here, or you can leave it blank. You'll see we have some pages that have an introduction and some that don't. But you'll see if you do decide to add an introduction, you'll have all of these different component types. So like lead-in blocks with like a quick quote or information, and then an image, video, or maybe some HTML content. And then you'll have the body, which is kind of where the most of the information on the page takes place. So you'll see in body, you have all these different section types. I would say that you are going to use the kitchen sink section type the most, and this will involve everything but the kitchen sink. So if I clicked on kitchen sink here, you can see you can change the width of the section. I have everything set as wide. The color, I have everything set to white. But then you can edit the component type. So you'll see all these different component types that you can use on the website. I would say the ones that you're going to use most frequently are accordion, button, HTML, and maybe that 2-column tab. But you can also feel free to continue to add component types and kind of build a page with different component types on it. And then you can also, if you scroll down, if you create a page that you want to add to the menu, you can click on menu settings, provide a menu link, and then kind of fill out this information about the name of the link and where you want it to fall on which menu. So as an example, I wanted to show you the About Us tab, About Us page, because I think this is a really good example of all of the different parts of a basic page. So we'll see here I have my hero, my header, and I have an image back here. I have the name of the page, About Us, and then I have a button, and this button takes you to directions to CRR. If I clicked on this button, it takes me to a whole new basic page with information about directions, parking, hotels, and then you can see that I could click on one of these buttons. It will take me to another basic page, so on and so forth. But right here, this About Us little section right here, this is the introduction that I used. So I have a picture of our logo and then just a quick sentence about CRR. And then if I scroll down more, you can see there's a bunch of different content types at work here. So this big couple paragraphs, I use the HTML content type, and that's what you can use if you just want to type text on the page. Right here, you'll see this is an example of the accordion content type, and this accordion content type is all over our website. So you can see it kind of folds in and out like an accordion. And then right here where we have Dr. Medeiros' face, this is another content type. This one is called, yes, the program contact. So this was a content type that I added, and it formatted like this to give Dr. Medeiros' information. So that's an example of a basic page. Now, I am going to look at adding a job listing. As I mentioned in my previous video, sometimes the faculty will get a job listing from a colleague or a professional contact that they want to add to our website. And you can go to Add Content, Job Listing. This will take you to the job listing page. So you'll see here, you'll add whatever the name of the job is the title, the company. You'll need to add the position title again. The difference between these two is that this title right here is kind of the title of the page, and this title right here is the title of the position, but I just keep these the same. And then a link to the URL for the position. You'll add where it is located and the date it was posted. And then what you can do is you'll hit save. And then what happens, because the job listing is a content type, it's pretty much automatically formatted for you. So if I entered a job and then I went to job listings, it'll be added to this job listings page and you don't have to do anything. But you'll see here, here's the company name, the position and the link, the location, and the posting date. I just do the month and year for the posting dates. The final content type that you're going to be using a lot is the student story one, which is located down here. The student story content type is how we do our student spotlights, which is our once a month spotlight on the student on the CRR page. So as I mentioned in my previous video and in the guide, the student spotlights live in a couple of places. They become news stories on our website, and then they also get a permanent home on our student tab on the website. So I would say to make this effective, the first thing you should do is create the news story about the student spotlight first. It's just a little bit easier that way. But once you have created the news story, you can put the student's name as the title, and then just copy and paste the content from the news story into the body of this page. For the quote, I like to put the subheading of the student of the news story as the quote. So you'll see like meet so-and-so who believes, etc., etc. The thumbnail image is just the image that you used of the student for the news story. And finally, the filter, just click on student. Oops. And then hit save. And we're going to come back to this in a little bit when we talk about editing pages. But it's really important, especially, and I'm going to talk about this in a little bit, but to create this content type first before you create the actual page for the student story, because you won't be able to do it in the proper format. All right, so in addition to content, you can also edit the structure of the website. So all of the different menus, you'll see that we have 4 different menus on the CRR website. This menu right here, this is called our main menu. This menu up here, the yellow menu, this is the utility menu. So this one. If we scroll down, we have our footer menu, which is almost the same as our main menu. And then if you scroll a little bit further at the bottom of your screen, you will see the UMD menu, and these are all UMD links. I would say the menus don't change very often, but it's still important to just know how to update them. So you can go to structure, menus, and then kind of whatever you want. So if you want to edit something on the main menu, you can add a link, you can delete the whole menu, or you can go to edit menu. If you click on edit and then go over here to list links, and then you can see what the menu looks like. You can enable or disable pages, you can edit these pages, you can delete these pages. You can add links to the menu, add different pages to the menu, and then you just hit save configuration once you're all done, and that'll edit the menu. This process is the same for all 4 of the menus on the website. All right, so that is going through just very quickly the different ways to add content and edit the structure of their website. I will say you can also add files under content. You can click on import files, and if you need to add a file or an image, you can do that on this page.